Hi there and welcome to another edition here on Busternet. These are the Gloucester City Diaries, and once again, we are experimenting with tactics. Yes, on today's show, the good old fashioned 442. Well, I'm putting my Libero system on hold for a while because some people have asked me questions about the 442, and I thought I'd deal with the 442 on the show. Before that, let's visit a game I just played with the 442 against Crawley Town. Crawley Town, well, media prediction definitely puts them well ahead of us when it comes to finishing in League Two. As for those who don't know, Gloucester City, newly promoted side into League Two. Literally, my entire team is made up of players who are not good enough for most of the other sides in the League Two. We are your bulk basic super average team. In terms of decisions, we're probably 2 points lower than the league average. For our marking and positioning and tackling, we're definitely a few points below the league average. So this is a team that really is punching above its weight. And one thing I've used here in the system, you can see we used a 442. It was a 442 versus a 442. Pretty easy to see that. You can see as well how we were able to play during the match, completely controlling midfield. Not, I won't say completely, but a fair bit of control in midfield. And our passing, well, midfield passing wasn't so fantastic for us. Okay, I would have to say. Uh, let's just let's just check out some of the key highlights from this match. Now, if you notice, we come out attack, we go literally out the blocks really quickly. You can see how quickly my players were closing others down. Alessani here plays it out. Cessignon is playing as a fullback. They get into good positions. Check out how my defenders come up to close them down. So it's possible if you want to set it up right. There are ways of doing this. Roberts out wide again, goes down the flanks, and again our defender. Look at the way my team was able to move the ball out from the defense transition to midfield. Now, it is very possible to get all these done with the right settings for your players. And here, unfortunately for us, well, Hardy smashed it against the upright. Uh, it was a pretty pretty wild game from you can look at the match stats. Uh, we only allowed Crawley 2 shots on target out of 14, and we had 5 shots on target versus 6. So, from where I'm sitting, I like those kind of numbers. Here you can see my winger is coming back to support the fullback in defense, and here we have another transition started by my central midfielder. Here once again, I've always talked about this in 4-4-2s. 4-4-2s, you have to control two zones. You have to control the zone that is here, and you've got to control the zone that is here. These are the two big zones that you're worried about. And a lot of it is going to boil down to roles, duties, as well as your shape settings. So shape actually will affect quite a few things. Shape will also affect the way you play. Now, if you set your system up nicely, you should be able to win the ball back in your own half and launch really rapid attacks down the flank. I wanted to create a 4-4-2 that epitomized the hard-working ethic of English sides, and that was my goal. If I wanted to make, I can also make a 4-4-2 that looks a lot like how Arsenal used to play a long time ago. That would require one touch passing at high tempo. That also can be done here. Unfortunately for us, the way we are attacking, we conceded a goal quite easily, and I did say that we have some of the worst defenders in the league, so I'm not surprised. Now, knowing that we have some of the worst defenders in the league, I also set up my system in such a way that I would pass quickly from the back to the front whenever an opportunity presented itself, and that's how we got the winner in this game. So, with the right kind of passing settings, I've already done a video on creative passing styles. Now, with the right kind of passing settings, you can definitely move the ball out from the back to the front. It's really up to how you want to play. In my particular case, I know my threats, where my threats are going to be. I know who is going to launch these threats, and these threats are basically going to come from my flank players. So as you can see, I've got a wide midfielder, I've got a central midfielder on attack, I've got a CM on defense, and I've got a winger on attack. That's it. Nothing too magical about my system. It's a very simple, basic system. No inverted wing backs, no nothing else. But what is it about defensive lines? I don't understand. Defensive lines seem to confuse a lot of people. Now, defensive line just tells your back line how far away they should be from their own goal. Furthermore, it also influences how high up the pitch your players are going to close down. So if you're playing with a high defensive line, those guys up there, doing all the attacking, they have a long way to go, you know, to come back and help you guys defend. So if you're the sort of person who's worrying about support and is worrying about whether or not your players are coming back to help you guys defend, then think about your defensive line. The higher defensive line goes, the more it affects your support players. So you want to be thinking about that. So you want to be looking at how your team defends and how the team closes down. As you can see, if you're looking at my defense, I do change my defensive line. Here I'm playing with a push higher up defensive line. Sometimes I drop it down to normal. It all depends on where I'm feeling comfortable with, which is my zone. I've passed into space as well as a shot, but I take that off quite a lot. If I find that there's enough players doing that, because pass into space is about attacking space. Now, interestingly, I'm also playing with very fluid. In the game, average positions are just it. The game is a very fluid game, so they can't really capture all the positions there in the pitch. So I generally like to draw down between the period when the goal is scored to see how it could look like. I mean, an average positions during that phase, probably give or take 9 minutes. So around this phase, my players are quite spread out, and this is largely due to roles and duties and where we were in that phase of the play. We were actually quite deep in that phase of the play because we were defending and then we had to launch a quick counter attack. And you can see these are all influenced by roles and duties, except for him. He was receiving a pass probably from a goalkeeper. And here you have the CM on defend. Here you have the CM on attack. See how lined up they are. This is the wide midfielder on support who moves out to support them. I've got DLF on support and I've got an advance forward. And this is all done with very fluid. So the thing here is, when I was playing on a very fluid system, um, there is a lot of space in front of me as well. So when you're playing structured, there's a lot of space around you. But now I'm playing very fluid, so I've got a lot of space in the opponent's half. If they are camping in my half, then with the right roles and duties, I can attack that space. And that's how we scored the second goal. We attacked the space. So now we've got a 4-4-2 here, and this is the 4-4-2 that I was talking about. And I'm going to be using this 4-4-2 in a home match against Crewe coming right up. Alright, so here we are. We're gonna get ready for this match against Crewe. And against Crewe, I'm actually gonna start like this. I'm gonna go normal. I'm not gonna pass into space. It's not the best weather for football out there. How do you think the conditions will affect our performance? Send the assistant. Okay, alright. It might actually work in our favor. Alright, okay, we'll pass into space. The weather might be on our side here. Tom Hardy, okay, we've got our players all set, all sorted. Come on, let's show me what you can do. I'll slow this down a bit. Not watch it. We'll watch it on comprehensive at the start. So the match starts. Oh my goodness, look at the pitch. Bell to Barry. Barry back to Damon. I have to be worried about injuries. That's all I gotta be worried about. Falkden, Bell again. Okay, Crewe are sitting quite deep. You look at how they proceeded to sit in their own half. They're letting us come at them. Fogden with the free kick plays it back to Damon. Damon out to Oketo. Oketo to Fogden. But we'll have to be patient. We can't really attack them if they don't want to come out. So we'll just wait and see how this match pans out. Free kick for Oketo to take. Into the wall it goes, and we have a corner. What does he do? He takes the ball out, looks to support, finds George. George crosses it in. But Alassani, oh, he does well, Alassani. And now Crewe have a chance to launch a counter right into space. But our defensive line is pretty solid at the moment. Sessegnon to Richmond, to George, into the box, and the keeper gathers up that loose shot. George, Rickman into space for Bell. Bell first times it to Alassani. Alassani back to Rickman.
Rickman will have time. He's got an overlapping fullback. He crosses it. Hardy, what a goal. What a start. Gloucester have taken the lead. Rickman with a beautiful cross into the box. We probably would have to score like that. That was kind of how I expected it as well. Uh, we're gonna have to, yeah. I mean, what's a 4-4-2 without crosses? Hardy. That was a set piece. Routine. Kato now with the ball. Plays it to Damon. Damon back to Barry. Barry to Sessegnon. Sessegnon to Rickman. Richmond, sorry. Rickman. What am I saying? Pass into space will be removed. We don't have a lot of expectations from my team, so they've taken the lead. I'm happy. Bell, Collins now has a chance to put it back into the box. Saunders shoots well wide. We couldn't take advantage of the loose ball. Speaking of which, it's a bad day, isn't it? So, uh, okay, we'll leave it. I want to keep this shooting from range. I'm not going to change it. I was thinking of work ball into box, but no. We'll keep this going because if the goalkeeper is having trouble handling the ball, that's what we're going to do all day long. Shoot from outside the box. Okito is forced back and draws the foul from Saunders. I love the way my players draw fouls nowadays. Back to Marek. Marek to Saunders. Oh, he's got an overlapping fullback right on that side of the pitch, but they managed to cover him down. Oh, look at Okito winning the ball. Hardy, come on, Hardy, into space. He launches the ball, but Alassani is slow to react. Keep it going, boys. Keep it going. Gloucester City haven't used a 4-4-2 in a long, long time. I mean, consistently, we just used the 4-4-2. We were using it last season. Udo to Monka. Monka back to Marek. Marek out wide to Turton. Turton crosses the ball and Kato gets to it. Doing alright. It's gonna, yeah, I'm happy. They're gonna keep doing this the whole game. It's gonna be very hard to break down my two banks of four at the moment. So I'm pretty satisfied with how we're playing. Hardy crosses it in. Oh, what a block from Nugent. Alright, this is what I was waiting for. Crewe Alexandra have changed systems. Okay, so what do I have? Yep, we have enough. Except for one more shout. Pass into space, no more work ball into box. Okay, boys. Crewe have changed. They've gone into a 4-2-4. Hilliard with the corner. It's cleared by Nugent. Only as far as Damon. Why is Damon there? Oh yeah, this is a offshoot from my setup for my sword, my libero system. That's why my central defender is all the way out there. In my libero system, my libero is actually here. He's waiting to strike them from range. Okito, Barry, Damon now. The defender plays it to Hardy. Hardy goes around, comes what? Come on, Hardy, play it back to Sessegnon. Okay, Sessegnon into space. He will win that, but Richmond is offside. 84 minutes. I should have made the change. The change was never made. Hilliard never came on. Marsden, Hilliard, Holland now. Hilliard is on the pitch with only 5 minutes to influence the game. Oketo, George can't get to it. Pickering to Udon. This is good football from Crewe. Saunders, Hollands, Pickering looks for a chance. Oh, buried as well. Hardy now plays it into space for Marsden. This he's no race Alassani, but he can't pass the ball. Hilliard, oh come on, give it to Hardy. Hardy makes it two. It's as simple as can be. Our second goal, we were patient throughout this game. We didn't want to overcommit, but we knew that the AI had to change systems. So when it changes systems, it'll open things up for us, and that's exactly a good reward for our patience. Hilliard to Hardy, and Hardy, yeah, he just does too well. Okay, so we now can do something else. We can retain possession now and stop passing into space. Hollands with the throw. George, ah, cleared. We want to have a clean sheet, boys. But if they don't keep a clean sheet, then it's good for me. I save on clean sheet bonuses. Hilliard to Fogden. Fogden to Hardy. Hardy gets another goal. It's 3-0. Gloucester City swing from one end of the pitch to the other pitch, and Joe Hardy gets his first hat trick of the season. Thank you for making me play the 4-4-2 again. It's thoroughly enjoyable. Oh, Crewe Alexandria. Man, they've been slumped. They came at us, but we still control large tracts of the match. So I'm happy. Let's concede a goal, please, because I do not want to play clean sheet bonuses this season. Saunders, boys, we can concede a goal. Yes, we can. Concede. Thank you very much. No clean sheet bonus. Haha, that's good. We won the game. No clean sheet bonus. I'll take it. Save some money here and there. I am LLM after all. So we got like my entire back line, all five of them have clean sheet bonuses. And sometimes we get too many clean sheets in a season. Damon to Barry. Barry now. And he plays it to Richmond. Richmond, or I should put hit early crosses on him sometimes because of the way we set things up. George, George to Hardy. Hardy's already on a hat trick. What can he do? He gives it to Richmond, but there's enough time for him to go and pick up the match ball. A lot of this game is about how you control space, how you attack space, and how you use space. Now, if you choose the right roles and duties, you will use space very well. And if you have the right passing instructions and the right PIs, you will attack space very well. So you gotta combine both when you're creating a tactic. And even the shape settings influence how your your team is gonna play because shape is how mentality and risk is distributed. Now if you know knowing all that, and if you know that your players are going to be on a similar wavelength, so here I have my entire team thinking alike. I don't have defenders going, we're only going to defend. I don't have attackers thinking we're only going to attack. Now, if you play on a highly structured and structure, you get like divisions, right, of mentality, and it can be quite divergent. You can have defenders sitting on a defensive mentality, and you can have attackers sitting on an attacking mentality, and there you are, your whole team is on counter. Yes, it is true. If you don't believe me, go into your match. Put an advance forward and attacking duty. Now go and put your defenders on defend duty and look at the divergence in mentality. The mentality divergence is huge. Now if you're playing on very fluid, there will be slight differences between duties, but they will generally be within the same band. So more likely everybody's going to sing Kumbaya together. So here we are, we're all singing Kumbaya together. When we want to attack, the defenders are looking for an opportunity to attack the ball, and I encourage it with the use of the judicious use of instructions. So this is what you can do in your tactics when you want to make a 4-4-2 work. So if you're going to make a 4-4-2 work, you need to think about how you're going to attack the space, because there is space that can be used, and it doesn't matter whether you're very fluid or you're very structured. It's a question of who's attacking the space and how are you delivering your tools to attack that space. If you can't think like that, then it's going to be really hard. And you've also got to look at the opposition and what they're doing. You can't sit down there and go like, okay, we're gonna attack space. I'm set up my tactic, and here I'm sitting down and I'm watching my team attack space, right? Trust me, if I had done that with the 3-5-2, I'd go like, okay, we're attacking space against a 5-3-2. They're not coming out, so there's no space. Exactly, there's no space. What do? So my defensive line is actually normal. I'm encouraging them to come out. We're moving the ball around. And what was I doing with during the first 45 minutes? The pitch was bad. So come on, just clobber the goal with crosses and long shots. You want to be patient, eventually something's, if they don't crack, then you try something else. I was willing to go with it for as long as possible, probably until the 60th minute before I changed my attack, but we were okay. It worked in the end. So you gotta come up with a plan in your team. Like, sometimes you might want to say to certain players, okay, I want you to cross from deep. I want you to cross from byline. You have all these options, and this affects how your tactic plays out. So this is one of the things that you gotta think about when you're creating a tactic. You have to think about these in concert. Well, I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Gloucester City Diaries. Almost forgot what show this was. And if you have any questions, please, you can always look me up on Twitter at busternet or addictedtofm.com, my website. Once again, I'd like to thank my patrons for making me do this LLM safe. with Gloucester City. Yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot because this is quickly becoming the flavor of the month game for me. I keep changing tactics, and I keep having fun. So yeah, thank you very much. If you have any questions about how I put tactics together and stuff, you can always visit me at www.patron.com/pastanet. We have a very active Discord group going on. We have really good tactical discussions. We have competitions where, I challenge people into making tactics and I help them. So the thing here is, you want to be thinking big picture and you want to be looking at your tactics and you want to be a lot of people when they create tactics they look at the trees and they forget the forest. When you play FM17, you got to think about the forest first before you look at the trees. So on that note, you guys take care, have a good one. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye bye.